Hello and welcome to LGD Conversations. All along, I have been talking to retailers, manufacturers, diamond growers, and for a long time, I had the desire to interact with a couple and to understand their mindset and their approach towards lab-grown diamonds. That's why I'm very enthusiastic and excited to have a conversation with Sharvari and Shreyas. Both of them are engaged and they are going to tie a knot soon. So, without further ado, I will introduce them to you. And this episode is very special for me for the simple reason that a lot of talk all over the world is about millennials and Gen Z. I think millennials are now have become senior. The current flavor of the world is Gen Z. And I am so lucky and grateful for the opportunity I have today to get into the minds of Gen Z consumers. Since we are meeting for the first time, we have not rehearsed our conversation. So this conversation is totally unrehearsed and unfiltered. So with that preamble, I would now request Sharvari to introduce herself and then Shreyas. And then we will proceed with our conversation. So please, Sharvari, over to you.
Hi, my name is Shalvari Devdhar. I am from Mumbai. I work as a financial advisor with my family business. I'm 25 years old and we are soon to be married in Jan of 2026.
Wow.
Yes, very excited.
I hope you'll invite me.
Yes, of course.
Shreyas?
Hi, my name is Shreyas Barpande. I am from Nasik and I am a commercial photographer.
So while people fall in love at first sight, some people fall at after first fight. So please share your experience.
So we met at a concert. We met at a concert of a singer called Pratik Kuhad.
Okay.
Yeah. And for me it was love at first sight, but I don't know if it was the same for him.
So when did you have the first fight?
Luckily, I don't remember any of our fights, and she does.
So what was the first gift that you gave her, and what was the first gift that you gave?
So I'll just like to say here, there's like different love languages that come in life. So his love language is like acts of service.
Okay.
So he's not much into giving, but he is into acts of service. So he's there helping everywhere. So he's truly amazing like that. And for me, it's act of giving.
Okay.
So I love gifting him everything. So when I was studying in the UK, I was doing a part-time job. Then I saved up money to buy him a perfume. We both are really into perfumes. So
What brand of perfumes?
so I have bought him Invictus.
Paco Rabanne.
Yeah. And for me, I'm into like I recently bought Carolina Herrera blush, like the heel ka bottle kind of thing, and Dior. So designer perfume. So we save up so that we can splurge on designer
So
perfume.
when we started dating in 2019, we were studying in our college. We didn't earn that much. So I think I started earning in 2022, and with my first earning, I gifted her a Swarovski earrings.
Okay.
And I don't know, she lost it somewhere.
So where did you buy it from?
I bought it online from the website.
What is your relationship with jewelry?
My relationship with jewelry, I think it's at a very nascent stage. It's slowly growing because I'm not a person who likes to wear a lot of things. Like you won't see me wearing a bracelet, a necklace. But now I know that there's so many events coming up with the wedding. I know that I have to wear so much jewelry for the wedding. So it's slowly I'm discovering the whole area of jewelry per se.
Okay.
But at the same time, I would like to mention that I am a very clumsy or in terms of jewelry, I'm a very forgetful person. So I tend to lose a lot of my jewelry, unfortunately. So that's why whatever expensive jewelry I have, I give it to my mother and she's supposed to keep it.
Okay.
But I know from next year onwards, I need to be more careful about that.
So this is a common trait among Gen Z because they believe in minimalism.
Yeah.
They don't want too much of jewelry to be worn. like you said, you lived in the UK, you spent a lot of time in London.
Yeah.
So did you have an opportunity of buying a piece of jewelry, not for yourself, maybe for your sister or for your mother, for gifting?
Yeah.
Why I'm asking is because the retailing environment. You did a lot of shopping in Mumbai as well
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah.
So if you had an opportunity of shopping a piece of jewelry, you can share that experience. If it is not a piece of jewelry, overall, what do you find? What is the difference between buying a piece of a consumer product in London and in Mumbai? How is it different?
So, one thing I really noticed is that in the Europe, I haven't been to the US, but in Europe, there are mostly brands and like big brands. Like for us, it's like designer big brands. For them, it's like normal brands. But here we have a lot of homegrown brands which are coming up.
But did you buy a piece of jewelry? while in
I
London?
did, yeah.
Where did you buy it from? Do you remember?
There is a store called TK Maxx which I like. So yeah, since I was a student there, I was a.
So what was it? What was it?
It
ring?
was a bracelet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I was trying to gather from you, what is the service like? You know, India is known. The retailers are known for providing service.
Yeah.
Whereas in the Western market, of course they give service, but the notion of service is a little different.
Different.
So
Yes.
what difference did you find?
So here you are treated like a king, and there you are absolutely not treated like a king. That's what.
So it's more impersonal.
Yes,
when you buy
definitely,
it.
definitely.
Okay.
Like when we were buying our engagement ring, the service that we got was incredible. Like we were attended. Whatever questions we had, whatever tick marks, like a checklist we had. Like for me, I wanted to have oval ring. I wanted to have like a big ring because I have big hands. But at the same time, big ring comes at a cost also. So all these things I had in my checklist, and they were very nicely addressed too. And even if they did not have those things in stock, they made sure to update me by calling, "Ki we have it in stock now. Would you like to come and see?" And that is something that I don't think I will ever get in a place like Europe.
So have you bought natural diamond jewelry? And of course you told me about lab grown diamonds. So do you have in your collection a piece of adornment which is made out of mined diamonds? We'll come to the lab grown
Yeah.
part later. But please
So
share.
a few years ago, I would say about 6-7 years ago, my father bought me solitaire earrings, and they are like tiny. They are like 2 big stones because I'm a big fan of solitaire. I'm not a big fan of small diamonds per se. So obviously solitaires are very expensive. So he bought me a piece of earring, but since it is obviously a mined diamond, it is very, very expensive. So it is very small, like you can't even see it. It's that small.
You have to literally show.
Exactly. Like see, I have some actual like natural diamond earrings on. So I'm very thankful that he has bought that for me, but I don't end up
From which
wearing it
jeweler
very
did you buy it from?
Tanish, of course.
Okay, great, great.
We are a big fan of Tanish. Like all our jewelry is from Tanish.
Okay, great.
Yes.
So what are your thoughts on jewelry? Have you been for jewelry shopping with your mother, sister, Sharwari?
Yeah, so my brother got married recently, last year, and we were just browsing through the internet and as well as retail stores. There's a big gold and silver market in Nashik, where I'm from, and we were just going through all the Mangal Sutra. They had so there are 2 different kinds of Mangal Sutra. One is gold, and now for the modern people, there is diamond Mangal Sutra, which is slightly simple, but it's really elegant. Looks really good. As she said, we are a big fan of Tanish. We are fan as well as we are shareholders in Tanish.
And consumers also.
Consumers also. I personally, I am a very practical person. I would rather buy SGB gold bonds, or recently I invested in silver ETF since it was going to give some breakout in charts.
Yeah, silver and gold both are on the ascent.
It's all-time high. So for me, going for lab-grown diamond was a choice that we made, and rather than going for a original diamond, spending that money on that. I would rather spend that on maybe a honeymoon or a bike.
Travel.
Yeah, travel, or
Love traveling.
we are moving into our new home soon. So I would rather buy some appliances with that money. So for me, that's the reason we went for lab-grown diamond rings.
Great. So what I want to know from you, lab-grown diamonds have taken the fancy of consumers
Yeah.
all across the world. And US was the first market, but India is fast caught up. So when did you, for the first time, when did you discover or hear about lab-grown diamond? Both of you, one by one, please tell me.
So, if I may say
Yes,
first, I feel like Gen Zs live on Instagram. So everything, our whole world is Instagram now. So obviously, I keep getting ads from, I think can I name the brand?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So the brand that I first got to know of was House of Quartry. It's a very big brand. I love their Instagram, how they have placed it. And he used to live in Colaba, so their first store is in Colaba, but unfortunately we never went there. So that was my first look at, there's something called as lab grown diamond. And
When was this?
this was, I think, 2 years ago.
2 years.
2 years ago, because I knew we would eventually get married. So because we've been together for
She used
so
to
long.
keep sending me links. Ki you should get this. When you are going to propose me, you should buy this. And so because of her, I also started getting all those ads. And there is another brand called Rings and You. Rings and I. It's a startup, I think. So it's in Borivali, in Manu Bhai's Jewelers showroom.
Yeah.
It's lab-grown.
Lab grown, yeah. So Manubai is not lab grown, but they have given a space to
It's a
that.
big,
Rings and I.
Yeah. So their concept was, sorry if I'm interrupting, their concept was ki they give you like a metal, like a ring, like a band, and they have a magnetic thing on top. So you can mix and match whatever you like.
Oh, great.
So in the ad, it looked very nice.
See, I learned something new because I have not been to that store. I'll make it.
The concept was very nice. Ki
So,
you can
okay.
see the design,
So
different
they have
designs, and
like
try it on.
200 different types of diamonds, and it have magnet attached to it, and you can just wear the ring band and it stuck to your finger, and you can just see in person. For me, that was different because you would not know how it's going to look
On your finger.
on your fingers, and since she mentioned we have huge hands, so usually you have to ask for a bigger size. It will take 7 to 8 or maybe 2 weeks to get delivered, and after that you will in person actually see the ring, and there's a lot of chance you would not like it.
Yeah, and Gen Z's like everything instant.
Yeah.
So we don't have so
For us,
much
that was a game changer. Although we didn't buy a ring from there, but we at least got the chance to see how
things will
different.
look.
That gives me an impression that you did a lot of research before actually you entered a store. So what happens is there are two type of people. They love to shop, but they hate going from one store to other. But I think you enjoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had set aside about 4 hours in the evening post office. We went to Borivali all the way from Vijayapalle, and there's like a road in Borivali. There's just
It's a hub now.
It's a hub, yes.
Saraf Bazaar,
Uh-huh.
and like 10, 12 jewelry shops
Yeah.
right beside it.
From very small ones to like Manu Bhai kind of thing. There's like a golf cart to go from one place to
So when you went to browse for the first time
Yeah.
from one store to the other, you had made up your mind that you are going to buy a lab-grown diamond ring, or you were open to ideas.
No, we had made up our mind because we wanted to buy it for each other. So since we are very young, getting married very young, our budget was reasonable. And I was like non-negotiable. I wanted a big diamond ring. So obviously a big diamond ring for a natural diamond was something that is not in our thing right now. Because there are other priorities. So I was very specific. Like it had to be like a very oval. There had to be small diamonds surrounding it, small diamonds on the band. So we were browsing, and every time I used to show a reference picture, like this is the kind of ring I want. If you have, then please show it to me. So I was very specific. And when we went to Limelight for his one, I feel like right now for men's lab grown diamond rings, there aren't that many choices.
So we went to around 3 different branches of Limelight, and
Which were?
so we went to Ford branch,
Kalagoda,
Kalagoda, and after that I think Juhu,
Juhu.
and Borivali.
Borivali.
Yeah.
3 places.
Yeah.
3 places.
All extreme corners of Mumbai. Wow. Fantastic.
Over the year, actually.
Okay,
We
okay.
went.
Yeah, so I think right when we visited our first branch in Kalabara, I saw this ring there. So I saw this ring. I requested, can I take a picture? They don't allow nowadays. So they just let me take a picture, and I had kept this key. Whenever we buy it from anywhere, I want a ring like this, and I love this so much. Like this design, it's platinum and rose gold, and I just like the 2 colors together, and
For us, it's like how do I say, yin and yang.
Okay.
Keep 2 personalities together, you know. I feel like it makes it special.
So congratulations on your purchase.
Right.
And you bought it for him, right?
Yes.
Okay. So first she gave you a ring and then you gave her? Or was it the other way?
I think we bought it at the same time
Oh, yeah.
because we had done all our research and then we were okay with it. That's when we went and bought it.
So before we come to your ring, tell us about the other stores you went and what kind of experience you had. Because obviously today what has happened is everybody is giving good designs, everybody is competitive. So ultimately when you choose, you are spoiled for choice.
Yeah.
So I just want to understand, and my viewers would also like to know your experience of visiting various stores and what made you finally select these 2 pieces, please.
As we mentioned, the rings and eye thing, that was a very good experience, but I wanted more from it. So that was one that we had. What else? Then I went to there's a orange color casa store, and that the orange color only felt like okay, we need to go and
Origem.
see. Origem, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't even see the name Origem. I just saw the
That
bright
blue,
orange.
okay,
kind
that
of thing.
attracted you.
Yeah.
yeah, the edges were really nice and fresh, and I think that's why we just chalo dekhte hain. And we went inside. The staff was very nice, very sweet.
Yeah. And I felt like their designs were a bit Western. Like those kind of design I did not see anywhere elsewhere, especially for like the local jewelers. So though unka design was very, very nice. Very
Elegant.
American kind of designs. That really attracted me. That I did not see elsewhere. In Limelight, I had almost finalized the ring. I genuinely love the brand Limelight. They have such good designs. But since my hands are a bit bigger and I need a bit more material, that particular ring was going a bit out of budget, so we didn't go for it. But I genuinely love that.
What about other stores? Because there are 10 of them.
Yeah. But right now,
So there are some small stores. They were, but they didn't have that much variety. So, and it also, as I mentioned, the interior matters, the lighting matters. I'm a photographer, so if whenever you go to a jewelry store, lighting is everything. I feel, because
yeah, it reflects. No,
Yeah.
when you put a ring or any piece of jewelry, it reflects. Diamond reflects. So if the light is coming from a weird place, it will not give a good effect.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, and I also feel like we went to a few local jewelers. Everyone has their own local gold jewelers. So nowadays they also have to provide lab-grown diamonds because more people are
Yeah, acceptance is-
exactly. Even though when they are selling it, they keep discouraging it, but eventually they do provide that service. But वहाँ पे I thought कि their designs were very traditional, very basic, very traditional looking, like a gold kind of band always, and then there's like a diamond on it. So that's something I did not.
Especially in men's section, there are very less variety of rings. Like they just have that gold ring
This
and one diamond. So yeah.
So asking for a discount is a consumer's birthright. So did you ask for?
We were very lucky actually. Like in Limelight, there was a Women's Day lottery kind of thing that was going on, and I happened to be there at that day. And I just filled up that form and I put it in it, and I got 100% off on making, which was, it almost gave us like 6,000 rupees off on the ring purchase, which was great for me.
You saved your money. What about origin? What about origin?
I think they also had a promotion.
Yeah, they had something going on during that period. So we got around like 5-10% discount.
And Origin was so weird. Like I am a very picky person. I take a lot of time to decide on a particular piece of jewelry or anything that I am buying. But Origin, we went there, we saw it for 2 hours. We were there. We came out. We called our family, video called them. Okay, this is the ring we really like. We want to go for it. And we just went for it. Like my parents were so surprised that Sharvari is able to do this because normally I take days to make this kind of purchase, but
You're not quick decider.
yeah. I take my time because I'm very choosy. I want to I like something in the beginning, then I look at everything else, and then I come back to the first thing. That's my trait.
So I am sure, I think Limelight must have done something right. Because over a period of 2 months, you went to various stores and you finally settled on Limelight only. So I think they must have done something right. But what you said is a trait which women have, because women want to see more and more variety. They want to think over. Whereas men, of course, you had a very limited choice. But as men, we take decisions quicker than women as far as buying is concerned. So I think we are on the same wavelength here. Now that you have bought a ring, the next step is buying wedding jewelry. So I would like to share the findings. See, in the US, when lab-grown diamond jewelry was launched, so the manufacturers or the brand owners, what they thought was lab-grown diamonds will be bought by consumers who are young. They will buy a jewelry which is very fashionable and not very not bridal jewelry or engagements they won't buy. But today you will find that the bridal jewelry percentage of sales in US, which was 5% earlier, is now almost 50%. So considering the fact that you have bought lab-grown diamonds for your engagement, the next big purchase is going to be wedding jewelry. So what are your plans?
So we are getting married in Jan. We are going to buy jewelry in, I think, March this year.
Okay.
But suddenly gold prices shot up. And like last year, my brother got married, it was 75,000 per tola. Now it's 98,000.
Okay.
So we have put that on the back burner for now. But we are just waiting for some more time.
So for wedding, it is going to be predominantly gold jewelry, plain gold.
Yeah.
So, but of course, a part of it will be studded jewelry. So you have an option of buying studded jewelry with mined diamonds or with lab-grown diamonds.
Yeah. So nowadays all brides get like a big Mangalsutra that they put it in the locker and use it once a year, and then a small Mangalsutra that they can use daily. So I actually loved the diamond, small Mangalsutra diamond in Limelight. I'm trying to buy it just before the wedding, and it's very nice and it's very much in the budget also. And again, as you said, minimalistic, easy to use. Even if I will not
Like to lose it.
I will not
in
like to
case.
use it, but just in case if I do,
It's not a pinch.
It's not a pinch.
Okay.
For him.
But you still will go to Tanishq and buy some jewelry from there as well.
Actually, I tried my very best to convince my father, since we are in the wealth management business, to give me Titan shares rather than buying 2 lakh ka Mangalsutra, which I will wear once a year. But he actually agreed to it also. As long as I don't sell those shares. But my mother is still of a very traditional mindset, so she's not ready to let go of that.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I would really want you to share your thoughts on sustainability, both of you.
Yeah. Yes, so while making our decision to buy lab-grown diamond, sustainability was a very big factor in it. Because when you have a choice between buying a natural and buying like a mined diamond or a lab-grown diamond, obviously when you make a choice to buy a lab-grown one, you're helping so many people not go through the mining process and going into such dangerous places to do those things. And when you have a choice, there were before 2018, before the Americans started the lab-grown thing, there was not a choice for normal consumers. But now there is. Then why not make a better choice by going for a lab-grown one? And by helping people and the earth become a better place by not putting that into mining also.
Excellent answer. I'm really happy the way you said it. So you are buying it because it causes less harm to the environment, and secondly, it is also pocket friendly. So environment friendly and pocket friendly.
Exactly.
Consumers today, evolved consumers, are willing to pay more for eco-friendly products because of the various advantages it has and it does to the environment. While to give you the best example, there's a brand called Patagonia. What Patagonia does is they use recycled and they encourage the customers to give their old clothes back and they recycle and they charge a premium. So while that is the case, lab-grown diamonds, you are spending less as well as contributing to a larger cost.
And I would also like to mention it, in lab-grown diamonds, there's like a huge scale from BS, VVS. So I feel like consumers have that choice also. If they have a bigger budget, they can go for I think it is VS, like the top one. No, VVS is the top one. So they can go for that. If someone doesn't want to go that high of a scale, they can go for somewhere which is in the middle and at the same time have a very nice ring.
But where did you learn all these terms, VS, VVS? And when did you learn?
So we researched a lot, watched a lot of YouTube videos.
Another store that I had went to, I think it was called Bluestone.
Okay.
And that's where he had like a whole catalog and he taught me the whole thing, like the grade A, B, C, D, E, no, E, F, then all those things. Colors, and the cut, and the scale of very, very slightly included.
But did you find it confusing?
I loved it. Like for me, for my mother, maybe it was confusing, but I loved having that choice. I feel like Gen Zs love having choices. I love that because then I can move around I can have different kind of designs, at the same time have different budgets.
So they had an original diamond and a lab-grown diamond of same kind of
color
in the rings that I have. So they had a showpiece, one was lab.
I think we got convinced we want to go for a lab-grown diamond right there because they look similar. Chemically they are similar, and I think the lab-grown diamond was shining slightly better than the original one, and like it's also easier on the pocket, and like every time I see the ring in our hand, I don't want to remember how many forests have been like deforested for mining this, and this is the same chemically, it's the same product, and so that's why I think we went for LGD ring.
Okay. When you buy any diamond, whether it is mined or lab grown, they give you a laboratory certificate. Okay. So, do you think that certificate is a necessity for you, or the brand, the design, and the story does the job of making the final choice?
I feel like it wasn't for me, but I know for a fact that most of my friends, for them it would be important.
But I think if you're not going to resell it, so you don't need any certificate. It's for you.
And who resells their engagement rings?
And secondly, a lot of people are of the opinion when we are buying a lab-grown diamond jewelry, it is for our own use.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not for investment. It's for flaunting.
Exactly.
It's good that they validate that. So it's like, it's good, okay, that if they give us a certificate.
It is good to have, but not must have.
Exactly.
Not must have.
Yeah.
Okay. It was lovely talking to both of you, and I look forward to attending your wedding. Thank you so much for it.
Yes, we are excited to have you at our wedding soon.
Sure. All the very best.
Thank you. Thank you.